Go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Misadventure podcast. Tonight it is I, Bob, who is your host for tonight, as we continue rotating hosts. So, I've already forgotten which corners everybody is in. So,
Oh wait, I think John's bottom right, I'm bottom left, and then you two I can't remember.
That's top left, you're
Cool.
top right.
Oh, I got two.
right.
Hey!
So, Nelly,
fuck
you're top
sorry,
left.
sorry, I need to call this out. Fyro's in a fucking stream. Fyro is an old streaming buddy of mine, and I have not seen him in my stream for months. So it's just quite nice to see his face there. Carry on, Bob, sorry.
Okie dokes. So, bottom left for Nelly, yeah?
Yes.
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 Okay, so, in the oh shit, mirroring the video. Oh god. You know
It's
what? I'm not
mirrored.
going to point. I was going to point in the right direction so it lined up on the thing. But that's gone out the window. So on the bottom left we have the amazing Nelly. In the bottom right we have the wonderful John.
Below
At the top something we have the incredible Matt.
Left.
And last but not least, in the last corner we have me.
Me. You.
Yeah. So, I want to do a quick round. How's everybody doing? Like, what's shaking? Start with Matt.
Hello, me. Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's nice to see you all again.
See you nice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna do some weird,
like
yeah, Strictly thing then for a second, but I'll refrain from doing so.
No,
I
please,
can never
please,
remember.
please go into your room and do like a Bruce Forsyth style dance.
I think not, Chief. I think not.
That's just disappointing. And just let,
danced and sang so wonderfully.
you just let everybody down
You
there.
did.
Maybe I did. It's just the reality of it, isn't it?
I need to put myself up higher because I've got this chair down so low.
But really, how are you?
Just ignore me. There we go. I'm still getting used to where the levers are on this thing.
You shrinking.
Still getting used to where the levers are. I've got like this recline one here that every time I do it, I'm like, oh shit.
Ooh,
I
and you
forget
just
it's
go
there.
backwards. Yeah.
It's like, man, I
Oh.
was sitting watching stuff last night and I just sat in my chair. I'd gone to get a drink, sat in my chair, and forgot I had the recline on, and then just went.
And he just went backwards.
Managed to
amazing.
stop myself falling, but it was close.
Oh no, it's like office chairs where you accidentally clip the going up and down, but like lever when you're
Yeah.
standing up or something, and all of a sudden as you're standing up, your chair just sinks, and I'm just like, oh for fuck's sake, because you're going back down again. Yeah, my chair. Was
Or my favorite is like if you're sitting in front of somebody or behind somebody, you just like tap the thing with the toe when they're in the chair, and then they suddenly go whoosh, shit themselves.
Because it just drops. There's no warning or anything. It's just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
you slightly nudge it, and the thing just.
Poof, gravity takes over.
My chair definitely doesn't live up to the standards of other chairs on this podcast. But mine has a little duck.
I
And
think
it's
that's.
made
Oh
out of
well, you've
X's.
won.
I
know.
mean, to be fair, this is like brand new, and I spent a lot of money on it. And
Mine's a bowl.
I'll explain why that was possible soon.
A bowl.
You want to see it? Are we showing off chairs
Yeah.
now?
No,
Oh,
I
my
guess
God.
so.
Right.
Have you got a really weird chair?
I've
You
got
do
a
have
really
a
weird
yeah. You've got.
Oh, I see what you.
I disconnected it. Oh no, wait, it's coming back. It's like
Oh, one of
I know.
those.
look at
Yeah.
these.
How is that
Like a-
comfortable?
It's like a little
And I
moon
made
chair.
this cushion with my
Oh.
amazing skills. That's why it's so
Neat.
bad.
How is that comfortable?
It's not.
I was gonna say, like,
Right.
how do you make it through like a 2-hour Overwatch session? Because that
Oh,
that just
no.
does not
Oh,
seem
no.
that does like I'm bad enough when I sit on my
'Cause I sit like
couch
this.
on this couch and build Lego on this table because I'm hunched over.
Robert said I have a
Yep.
waiting room chair.
So, apart from being
Oh, Bob, you're dying. Everybody's dying. Is Discord shit the bed? It has. Sorry, Discord's acting up.
Discord died.
Yep.
Oh, jeez, I was worried there for a moment.
Discord is that. Hang on, I'm just going to shut down all my shit just in case.
No, it's the region.
It
EU
went.
West.
It went on my end.
EU
too.
East. EU West.
I don't know why it's on US.
Western Europe region on Discord is always really temperamental.
This is on a
so-
US one, so.
Yeah, no, I've just switched it to that. So
Ah, right, got you. Got you.
yeah,
Got you.
I know how things work when it comes to that.
Well, that aside,
Right, shall we crack on?
Yes.
we shall.
So, Nelly, I was about to ask, apart from being uncomfortable, how are you?
I'm good. Been at work. We're currently a boarding kennels as well as a vet. So we have a tortoise and 2 guinea pigs, and then today we had a Labrador, but she wasn't staying. She was there for ear cleaning. So, but it's pretty great because we get to every single day we have perfectly healthy pets, and we're taking the tortoise for walks because we think it's sad.
Anyone else
It's
got
really hard
Nelly,
to tell with the tortoise.
Nelly and Matt cut in half at the moment? Ah, that'll
Yeah.
be why. There we go.
We need
Stream's
to
gone a bit
force
wonky. Ah, so many technical issues.
Oh well, we're
Sorry,
back to
I'm
day one
scratching
like we were on
myself when
Twitch.
you're-
Nice.
Yeah, so we get to take the tortoise for walks.
That must
which is
take a
really good
while.
fun. It does. You just sort of let it go, and then you don't really have to do much because it's not really going anywhere. Because it's a tortoise. I still want to do
Yeah,
the balloon
I mean, you
trick.
wouldn't be worried about him escaping now, would you?
No, he tried to go under some stairs today with me though, and I was like, no,
Oh.
pull you back out.
No, you don't want that.
Yeah, but I'm pretty good.
Nice. John, how are you getting on?
Meh. Nothing
I feel
interesting.
zoomed in all of a sudden. It seems.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
they
are
are
quite
very
zoomed in.
close.
It should be.
I mean, it's so the audience can see our beautiful faces.
I'm just gonna.
Mine particularly.
Yeah, but then again, I could
Better.
just do this. Oh god, it's currently raining really hard outside.
Why is it only
I
streaming
could,
out
I
at
could just do,
360p?
do this, you know?
Now you're gonna be like ultra zoom. I like how I pushed my chair backwards. That was my technical response. Bye.
I'll manually
Hey,
zoom out.
Yeah, I'll
Bit
zoom out
my
again.
face.
I don't know why it's so zoomed in. This is only the second one on YouTube, so there's teething problems because I'm still learning things
Yeah.
and overlays aren't sitting right. I have, however, fixed
I
Bob's
think I'm pretty sure it's of the overlay. just
Bob's
being weird.
Twitter tag, so.
Yeah,
Um,
that is fixed.
Sorcery,
Thank
Mjolnir.
And how are you, Bob? Because you can't ask yourself.
hang on, I never finished.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. You just said meh.
I was being sarcastic. Lots of interesting and very good things have happened to me in the last week.
Okay.
So let's get a little bit real for 2 seconds. I got into quite a lot of debt, just because moving into this place, I had to get appliances. Those are not cheap. I had no money at the time, and a couple of years ago, I was very silly with money because I wasn't paying much in the way of rent, so I just spent it all. And then I'm now 27. I kind of want to start living my life, maybe go on some holidays and stuff. And I thought, enough is enough. I can't be going this way. So I went to the bank and I got a loan out and I paid off all my debt. So now I just pay the bank back. So I am debt free, essentially. Or I will be completely 100% debt free in about 8 years. But that's fine. It's better than what
That's irrelevant,
what I
yeah,
was
no
paying. So that afforded me the opportunity to have a little bit of fun because I didn't just get enough to clear the debt. I decided to get a little bit more on because I needed to do stuff to the house, and we needed microphones. So this is a new microphone, which is why it shouldn't cut in and out anymore because my old one was fucked.
Yeah.
So new microphone, brand new £200 chair, something else that the Overwatch fans will like.
Well, I'm intrigued.
Oh.
And Bob is gone. And Bob is back.
Where'd Bob go?
He took a.
To space and
Siesta.
beyond.
Like a Bastion.
Oh, I saw your
you
picture
got
of
beep
it.
beep. Yeah.
And you get the little birdie.
The bird thing. Important.
Oh, what's his name? Gully Gallagher. Yeah.
Good.
I'm keeping that.
I also got the Reinhardt and Diva set. The Reinhardt shit, but the
Ganymede,
Diva's pretty good.
that's Ganymede, the burb.
I didn't type that.
Hmm?
Did you let Bob borrow?
I know what it is. Bob is
Logged in.
Logged in.
yeah, a person that's gonna fuck up the overlay.
It already has. I'm a nice ex.
We'll carry on for
Yeah.
now.
Oh
Welcome
yeah,
to
you
my
could just be in
chapel.
like 3 places at once
Do you know what?
now.
Fuck it. Until I can fix it, this is what we're gonna do. Editor.
You're gonna screen record.
I'm just gonna do that. And just leave it without the overlay because we're getting new images and stuff anyway. So, oops, shit. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
the Lego Overwatch stuff looks so dope. It did. It is. Most of it's pretty good. The Reinhardt's pretty shit because there's no knees and the elbows are just like a swivel.
Really rigid.
But the Bastion's fucking awesome because you can turn them into the turret as well.
Ooh.
Which
Well,
I
like,
should do.
you disassemble it and then put it back.
No.
Oh, look, they actually transforms. Oh shit.
I'm breaking things.
Nice. I came in at the right time, or came back.
Yeah, you came back for him to destroy his prized possession.
It's Lego. You can put it back together again.
My brother was here, and he's like, "I'm not allowed to pick up your Millennium Falcon, your 170-pound Millennium Falcon, am I?" And I says, "No, because if you drop it, it would take me about 6 hours to rebuild it. Because they don't come in numbered bags when you rebuild them."
They do not. No.
Someone said that the Bastion one is the only one that looks like an actual Lego set. But you have 3, so you have the best opinion about this, John.
Yeah, I mean they're all kind of okay. The problem is, oh, there we go.
That's so cute. Where'd the
The-
bird go? Is it on the back?
He's still in his hand.
Nice.
The problem is like it's a consistent problem with Lego when they do something like this. Is they do like a theme, but they don't fit everything together in scale. So like the Reinhardt and the Diva would be much better in the Bastion scale because they would fit better because they're big mechs and whereas the rest of it's all quite small scale. So you just get the minifigs. Whereas
Just
you
a bit
don't have
lackluster.
you don't have a Reinhardt in his suit minifig. You don't have a Diva in the suit minifig. You don't have a Bastion minifig. So you can't have everything match, which is the only problem. And it's a consistent issue with Lego that they do, where you kind of just can't minifig everything, or you can't have it all be like big scale. So, but the Bastion's fucking awesome. And well worth the price because it's way cheaper than it would be. Like Lego have dropped their prices again. I think they realised that it was just they weren't making any money, so they're like, "Fuck it, we need to put them back down again." But yeah, so I did some stuff. I had some fun. New mics, new chair. I'll be getting paint and some new furniture and all kinds of fun stuff, adult grown-up stuff that I can now do. I'm putting money away because I have decided that next summer or before the summer, I am going to Japan with Chizzy. So we're going to be doing that next year.
Ooh.
So
You're going to
That's gonna be
Japan?
good.
I'm going to go to Japan next year. So yes,
You're gonna look forward to that for sure.
start
That's gonna be
saving
good.
some money. I've started so like some of this money.
All the money.
Well, we count it's the rough. Why does that keep refreshing? The rough figure right now is about 1.7 thousand.
Yeah, suits it.
And I'm starting on about 400 quid. So,
You
but
can
see,
get there.
just having got rid of that debt, just frees you up mentally. Like, I was waking up some mornings and just being like, how am I going to eat this week? Like that's how bad it was at times.
Oh goodness, yeah.
And like some of the other stuff that's been quite freeing is I was owed Bob a bit of money because he helped me out with some appliance and stuff like that when I moved in here. I could just give him that back and not have to worry about it. I could give mum and dad some money because they were having a bit of trouble, so I could just give them that and just be like, don't give me it back. And being able to do that in a position where your parents or and your friends are the ones that are always helping you out, and being able to turn around and go, I can do that now.
Actually, you can help.
It makes you
benefit.
feel a lot better about yourself
Yeah.
because you don't feel like you're the burden anymore. You feel like you're able to help them get further. And it's just kind of nice to have some mental clarity because it's kind of led into other things like me being able to kind of actually just enjoy games again because I'm not stressed out as much. Like, you know, I've been playing Dragon Quest Builders 2 for, I don't know.
Hell yeah.
It was the only thing, other than for the channel, but even then, because all of that stuff, I'll get into this a bit later on once we get into the rest of it because I'll let everybody else take a turn. But other than the channel, it was the only thing I played for a week straight. The only thing. And I played it till like 5 in the morning for like 4 or 5 days in a row and I had my neighbour knock at my door, tell me I was making too much noise, and I was like,
Really?
but it's not. And then I looked at my phone when he knocked. I was like,
no.
oh shit, it's 1 a.m.
Shit.
I was like, but then I went to the door and I went, sorry, buddy, I didn't realise what time it was. He was like, I'm trying to sleep. I was like, well, I don't feel guilty about this anymore because you're being a dick.
Yeah.
I apologised. I said I didn't realise what the time was. You could have just left it at that. But then you complained. Then you kept it going, which makes me not feel guilty anymore. Because then it means I get to be a dick to you. So yeah, that's me. I'm feeling pretty fucking good in general at the moment.
Yeah, that's really good to hear.
Positivity.
Alright. On to
So,
Bob.
someone asked me how I'm doing because apparently
Bob,
I'm not
how are
good
you?
myself.
No one cares how you're doing.
John, shut up.
I'm good. Yeah, I've been busy actually with Minecraft server stuff, setting up my own servers. A bunch of colleagues from work have been like jumping on playing it. It's that pop-up server I've mentioned in the past. And yeah, one of the guys who works in our Agile Ops team has been jumping in. A guy called Harry Reader. He's really technical with his stuff. Oh, Richard, no, your server's perfectly good. It's got mods. Mine doesn't. It's vanilla. Yours is like mint chalk ice with sprinkles.
Ew, mint.
What's wrong with mint?
You give me chocolate fudge brownie.
I could do that.
I don't like mint.
Also, Richard, your server is where I'm building the O'Neill cylinder, and fuck, you've baited me.
It has. And you let him.
Fell for it. Hook, line, and fucking sinker. Congratulations, buddy.
I feel like with
Too
Richard,
easy.
it's the same principle as it is with me. Always assume I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah. And I just walk into it like.
And
"Ooh,
until I
door."
say I'm not being sarcastic.
Yeah. It's when I saw the sticky out your tongue emoji. I was like, fuck.
Ah, shit.
Made a tit of myself. But yeah, the that stuff's coming together, and like he was like looking at some of the architecture, making suggestions, and like he's hooked it up with Overviewer, so now every few hours, like his server will connect to mine, download the world, generate a map of what we've built so far, and actually I'll post the link.
So while Bob's looking for that link, I want to.
I've got it.
So you get an LED
Is it-
for the head with Bastion, and I'm like, it doesn't look that bright in the box, and then you put all the bits on it, but before you do, this is what you get. It's ridiculous.
That looks so bright. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's glaring.
Fuck. It reminds me of those scenes from Star Trek when the Borg have their little eye laser things pointing right at the camera.
We just watched a Borg episode. What a
Oh, nice.
coincidence. Yeah.
Which one again?
I don't know. The one, I don't know what the episode name was, but it was the one where there's the second first mate, the woman.
Oh,
they
yeah.
Go, basically, Captain Picard gets kidnapped by them, and then they go
Turned into
data
a
her, and
Yeah.
I don't know names very well at all. I have not watched much of that series. But they
Yeah, I
go
think
to
that's
go
like-
find him.
Season 4 or 5? I could be completely wrong. It's been so long since I sat and watched TNG all the way through. But yeah, if that's the one where he gets turned into Lokius, that's a good one.
Hang on, I've got a plot. David, we need an episode.
Is David even on tonight?
He
I've got a
was.
message.
He was at the start.
Ah,
I saw him.
David.
Yeah, okay.
We're just
Help
gonna
me.
sit and chat David for 5 minutes.
We need an episode confirmed. If you're still here, we'll carry on until you
We'll
come
give him
back.
time.
Yeah, we'll carry on for now.
Yep.
But if anybody's going to be able to tell us in this chat, it's going to be David.
Yeah. I could just Google it quickly. but
So
I've
it what
given you
downloads the map and then uploads it to here.
It doesn't upload it. It actually renders that image
Oh, okay.
based on all the world data and turns it into like one big image. And it's really really cool. It's similar to Dynmap
Oh,
that
yes,
was on your
yeah,
server, yeah.
yeah.
But it's not live this one. Yeah, so he hooked it up with that. It's been quite cool. Hooked it up with
Renders
bots,
it-
so I can actually control the server from Discord and vice versa.
Renders it
Uh,
via what? Data from the actual file?
Yeah, it takes the actual world files and
Oh, shit, that's pretty cool.
yeah. So it takes like 2 or 3 hours to do the first ever render, but then
Mhm.
subsequent renders it just takes
Yeah, it's
little
just
updates.
updating. Yeah.
Okay.
It's otherwise good. Oh wow, it's actually updated again since I last logged in. I'm just looking at an area that I flattened out.
So if someone were to hypothetically draw a giant dick, question mark.
Yeah, then you would see a giant dick.
Question mark.
I've been tempted to do this already myself.
Great.
Just get in there on my own server, do that before anybody else does.
I mean, you
Yeah,
kind of have to because you know someone's gonna do it.
I know at least one guy who would. His name's Bob.
Me too.
Oh yeah, you can just hop on the server. You know the address.
I do.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Been quite busy with work, writing screeds and screeds of documentation for everything we're doing, which I enjoy, which puzzles some developers because they're like, "What, you like writing the docs?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do. Doc writing's fine. It's important as well because when somebody needs to understand your software, the first thing they want is documentation."
Mm.
So, well, Robert Briggs, you're welcome to join. I will send you a link.
Sorry, I was just wondering if something was happening around the room because everybody just went silent there.
I was reading the chat.
I'm just.
Shameless plug of my. So that the way
I was
this server
watching Bob read
works.
the chat, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was like, I know he's reading that.
It's
so I
quite
won't comment on
mesmerizing
it yet.
watching Bob's thought process, isn't it? Just I'm going.
I need a little window in my forehead so you can
I
see
just-
the gears and cogs.
I just knew you were going to respond to it, so I was like, I'm not going to read it out, and I'm not going to say anything else because we've got something you're going to respond to. So I was like, I'll just give you a sec.
Yep. I mean, I might regret like posting this on such a wide platform, but
First time downloading Minecraft in 5 years. Man, you've been missing out. It's been good.
whoa, there's
Probably
so many
changed
updates.
substantially in
Yeah,
that time.
it's going to be, yeah.
Well, Bob's doing that.
Yep,
Matt,
so-
how are you?
So yeah, like the past few weeks for me, I've been at a coding essentially course, or aptly named boot camp or something, because it's like 9 to 5 every weekday.
Sounds like
So
a
that's
job.
good. It basically is, but it's unpaid and you learn. It's basically going to school again, which is fucking great.
I was thinking.
But during summer holidays, which is even better. Ooh. Anyway, yeah. So I've been learning. Well, yeah, I'm getting into the basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for web development, stuff like that.
HTML, CSS is lovely.
So, all right, I'm gonna bring up one of the things that I made. Hopefully, it doesn't look like ass. Sort of does because I made this. So basically, I've been making everything on my laptop screen, and that's it's on a really weird resolution. It's like 1300 by 700 or some shit. So let me screen share this.
Why?
Good.
Why is it on that kind of
That's just a laptop. And it's native.
Weird. weird?
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
so I
some
made a
laptop
thing.
screens have this.
I can zoom in. Okay, so I've done this.
Oh, dice roller.
Yeah, that's what. So what are you gonna get? You say you've rolled a lucky or something like that, and you've just created, and so you're doing like 2d10, and blam, you get.
Nice.
I'm hanging my head right now because Bob's gonna go dig out his dice roller and send it to you.
He is, isn't he?
and I
But-
can-
Oh,
I
God,
beat-
no. That still runs on like an old version of .NET. Although I do have a Python version that's much more recent. It's command line only though. and you need to install
Oh.
Python. And on Windows, that's not
goodness.
fun.
So yeah, basically I've done this, but you could do it to absurd as well, so you can have like what, 300 D10, and it just go down.
Yeah, yep, that's.
But luckily
Imagine
for-
this, but in a
luckily
DOS
for you-
prompt, and that's my one.
Oh my goodness! But luckily for you, it gives you the total right at the top, so you don't have to scroll down all the chaos.
Oh no, hard mode should be you have to add it up yourself, like. In
Oh
real-
yeah, but
Wouldn't that take like up like an hour and a half of your 2-hour D&D session?
To be honest, the
Thinking.
first round of combat normally takes about an hour and a half.
It actually does, yeah. Like just a single round as well.
D&D is the game where like a 5-minute fight takes 3 hours, and a 3-hour walk takes 5 minutes.
Mm. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to the past.
That's actually looking pretty sweet. That.
So
That was cool.
yeah, I only just started to go into JavaScript this week as well, and I've just done that. So quite happy with what I've done so far.
Yeah, no, that's actually pretty cool. That.
Little CSS. That's what I'm basically there for. Like I like doing CSS just to make things look pretty. So
Yeah,
and
that's.
I went there, shoved the gradient background, made everything look nice.
It's a pretty color.
It's very nice. It's very nice. Also, if you haven't seen Banner,
Oh,
and
I had not seen.
it's chaotic.
I have definitely not seen. Because Twitter
Screen
hates me.
share. I'm going to screen share again.
I don't know why I looked to that screen when I've got a bigger screen up here that I can see this all on.
That is great.
I like that.
I just love the pose as well, like the proper
Yeah.
glitched out animation T pose.
It's just me T-posing with a little bunny hat on, and then there's an actual me posing, right? But yeah,
Amazing.
it's pretty good. Also, I've noticed I've gone up a follower, which is pretty nice. Anyway,
Fuck,
that's
400 followers. I've got like
that's
8.
my week.
Nice. Cool. So that was actually something we were wanting to talk about later on in the show, but since we've covered it now, I'm just gonna have to look at my bullet point list. So I've noticed something, and it's probably not going to come as a surprise to anybody here in the video or in the chat, but the news articles I'm getting on my Google feed are closely resembling my Google searches.
Mm.
I was having some issues with a thing called CORS, and in fact, Matt, you might come across this issue with some of your stuff later.
I'm gonna
CORS
slightly
is
concerned.
cross-origin resource sharing, and it's basically a way for websites to say, I'm only going to share my stuff with this other domain. And yeah, because some domains are like, they won't allow people like testing from local hosts to fire commands, which is a fair thing because that stops a lot of bots and spam. It meant that one of the cool things I wanted to do with my Minecraft site I can't do. So I've had to find another method. But because I spent ages Googling around CORS, trying to understand it and whatnot, yeah, I spent a lot of time Googling that. And then this morning I noticed in my news feed an article about CORS being a problem and how to get around it. And I'm like,
Thinking.
hmm.
What a coincidence.
It's like, and there's a few other bits and pieces that I've noticed as well, which is like, I was looking for that not so long ago. Like I bought some sandpaper off Amazon for the DIY in the house, and then there was a DIY thing popped up later, and I'm like, come on! I mean, Amazon and Google, they're different
least
platforms.
At least make it subtle. Come
I
on.
I mean,
Nah.
if it was within Amazon advertising more sandpaper to me, I'd be like, cool,
That makes
that's just
sense,
their
yeah.
algorithm. But it's the fact that
Yeah.
Google then brought up stuff relating to what I did on Amazon. And I didn't actually Google for sandpaper on Amazon. I went to Amazon and searched on their site. So, yeah, it's just feeling a bit Black Mirror-ish.
It's basically just routing through your cache
Yeah.
and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah. But
Especially
yeah,
if you
I don't know.
Google Chrome
Have
as well.
other people noticed this trend in their news feeds, their Twitter feeds, or any other things, and be like, "Hey,
Not necessarily my Twitter feed. My Twitter feed is
Yeah.
just still whatever I follow. But
I'm gonna have to
When-
apologize because I only caught like some of that because I was trying to look at how to improve the quality of the stream because it's streaming at 360p right now.
is it?
ooh,
Yes,
that's not helping."
No,
on
is
my
it?
end anyway. It looks like crap.
It kind of looks okay on mine, but I don't want to tablet.
Yeah,
What was the
yeah,
trend,
like-
Bob? Sorry.
I'm noticing that, like, when I'm Google searching for problems, that the newsstand feature on my phone is bringing up articles relating to that later on, and it's like, I've solved my problem after the Google search.
Haven't
You
noticed it
don't-
myself. Like,
It could just be I've got a setting somewhere.
it could be because I mean, like, I've been looking at furniture and microphones and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
not paint. Nothing's come up. So,
Yeah.
like I said earlier on, I still get articles. I specifically told Google to never send me anything from the Daily Mail or Daily Mirror, and they still send me it, and I'm like,
Yeah, I've seen
I don't give a shit about your racist newspapers. I don't want to read it. I don't. I've been like, don't send me politics either, because it's not what I'm using my newsfeed for. I can get that elsewhere. I just want you to send me games. Send me thing about games, news about gaming, and what's going on. Not, oh my god, Love Island. I don't give a shit about Love Island.
Oh, God,
I
hate
don't
Love Island.
care. I've
that.
again.
The one that,
It's a banned word on my fucking newsfeed, and it still sends me it.
Still pops up. Yeah, same
Yeah.
same with Twitter as well. Like when it comes to muted words, sometimes it just doesn't read them. And I'm
Robert
just
Briggs
like,
disagrees with you, John. He thinks that Love Island's great.
Excuse me,
I've
sir.
never watched it, so I can't comment, but
I
it's,
really-
it's not something I'm interested in.
Right, so here's the concept of Love Island. They put
Oh, no.
people on a beach, right, and then they'd be like,
I've been to the beach.
"Fuck."
On the beach.
That's
I've
basically
never
the concept. That's it. We're gonna put really pretty but really dull and shallow people on this really like hot beach in like the Caribbean or some shit, and then we're just gonna wait to see how many of them pair off and fuck. That's it. That's all it is. It's like all that fucking The Only Way is Essex bullshit. All the same shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
But some people
Fair
do.
It's
Some people do, and that's fine.
Yeah. Some
It's
people like it, and there's no harm in it.
trash
But
TV.
it's, yeah, when
To you,
I think the
and
point,
I used to
the,
watch
the,
Nickelodeon, and my mum thought that was trash TV, but I am not giving up my Teen Titans, so fuck you.
Teen Titans. I watched that on Toonami.
And I watched it on, I
Wow.
can't remember what I watched it on, but every single one of the
Cartoon
kids
Network,
in
probably.
Sky, if I went to Sky Kids, my mum instantly
So
judged me.
so Nelly, you'll be happy to know then that that original Teen Titans cartoon is coming back as a animated movie,
yes.
Fun.
not the shitty Teen Titans Go thing that they did a couple of years ago.
I haven't seen any of that.
I mean, it's
watched it
funny,
on
but it's not the
Halloween.
Teen Titans that anybody wanted.
Yeah,
'cause
it's not the same. Like
the
it's
Teen Titans
decent
were
as a
grim
show
and
itself.
quite
but-
dark, but just like Teen Titans.
Yeah.
But the movie they did, the Teen Titans Go, the movie, I actually bought that and watched it. It's really good. It's really funny.
Fair enough.
But they're doing like a classic Teen Titans cartoon movie, which is ace. Quite looking forward to that. Speaking of DC animated movies, actually, go watch Batman versus the Ninja Turtles. That's really good as well. It's way more violent than I thought it would be. Way more violent than I thought it would be. There's like this epic fight between fucking Batman and Shredder, where like Shredder just does like this weird sort of hand movements and then just breaks all of Batman's ribs.
Wow, okay.
Shit!
Spoilers.
It's at the start.
Still a spoiler for anyone that's not seen it.
Anyway,
We have more information about Love Island in the chat.
Yep, Robert's correcting us on
Yeah.
the location and apparently it's
details.
on
Alright,
the
okay.
beach.
Where are they? What is it? I guess it's on an island in like Spain or something. Either way,
Well, I'm hoping it's an island.
they sent it to a hot country and then they're like,
It'd be really ironic if
Fuck.
it wasn't an island.
are
They're
they,
in a
Villa.
villa.
they're in a villa
Villa. It's
in
on a
Spain.
beach.
I was right with Spain.
Okay.
I was right with Spain. It's
Just mad drama.
Personally, it's trash. And it rots your brain to watch it. Just
No. What's your brain to watch it?
fucking does.
Other people's brains
Yeah.
are hardier
I know, like when it comes to watching drama,
I also don't watch that show, but I'm just defending it.
like I like don't like normal soap operas and whatnot. It's trash TV. I can accept that. Fair enough. But then when I see like something kick off in the street outside, I'm like, ooh. It's right there. Like there's a few times like I've been like in my house and I just hear shouting and yelling out in the street. I look out the window, it's like two people who have nearly crashed their cars at 2 miles an hour into each other, and they're screaming at each other.
It's human behavior, though. It's
Yeah.
why traffic goes so slowly past accidents. All right.
Yeah,
no
'cause
one's
everyone's like-
driving carefully past the accident. Everyone's driving carefully so we can look at the accident.
Yeah.
People can drive past an accident at normal speed on a motorway. But
Very
they don't.
aptly,
They're
but
like,
they don't know. They slow down and be like, oh, what happened there?
there's like 3 cars going past an accident on the A3, and they're going 50 miles an hour because they're like, I just need that extra. Okay.
And then as soon as
Thomas
they
is like,
stop,
really
as soon as
crashed.
they get past it, they
Yeah.
see
You
more.
clearly aren't trying hard enough. They're probably afraid of their insurance premiums going up. Pansies. So, yeah, I'm guessing not many other people have noticed this trend with between newsfeed and the rest of your life.
I haven't, but I'm limited in how much I use newsfeed stuff. So my only
Fair.
thing is like Facebook, and that is on my one. Apart from Wish adverts, and it is my own fault that I get so many Wish adverts because the things on those are hilarious. And
Yeah,
I will
I get Wish adverts as well.
screenshot every weird one. and
Every
send it
one
to
of
my
them,
boyfriend.
yeah.
I'm like, look at all these strange
It's
things.
funny.
Because they're the best thing. And so I have like Wish adverts like every like 8 posts now.
Oh God, that's
So do
nasty.
I, and I don't even like
so
respond.
many.
I look at them.
Listen,
I will
right?
scroll through.
Anything.
At least you get ads that you find funny or whatever. I've had ads on Facebook for male enhancement. I'm like,
No.
I haven't looked at any of this. Why am I seeing it?
It's because it's default. You've not tailored your spam. That's the most default spam you can
need
get.
to say yes to all the things that are like, do you want to receive adverts that are relevant to you? And then you'll receive all the stuff about toilet seats. Because you looked up a toilet seat one time.
It's that meme of Facebook's already recommended something to me that I've only had a whisper of a thought about.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Oh,
I don't
Thanks,
know,
Zach.
guys.
was
I
saying
thought of that the
teenage
other
whisper.
day, and I only thought of it in my mind. Why is it appearing on my phone? And it's just like sometimes it be
Yeah.
like that.
I thought about this thing. How did they know I'm thinking? And that actually brings me on to the next thing, the sciencey technology
Segue.
we're to talk about. Yep.
Wait, did we just successfully segue?
You're
Yes.
ruining it,
Yes!
Because I'm going to talk about Neuralink. So some people have it's been making headlines. Elon Musk,
Oh, here we go.
famous for PayPal, SpaceX, the Boring Company, and the flamethrowers that they sell. Because a company that specializes in tunneling totally, that makes sense to just sell flamethrowers,
So independent.
flamethrowers to the general public. I would order one, but they're slightly illegal here.
Shit.
I know. Snap. I also have absolutely no good use for a flamethrower.
Yeah, but it's
Sadly.
nice to just own one.
Yeah.
Just
I may
like
do-
just as a decorative element.
You do need to de-weed that garden, Bob.
I do.
That would get it
And
done
next
real
doors.
quick.
And the whole neighborhood. And all the houses. Who needs houses?
I mean, I could sell it to the neighbors as like a fast garden cleanup service, where I just come in, torch the garden, and I'm
Torch
done
it,
in like
yeah.
a minute.
You know, there's a lot of people, right? There's a lot of drama going on one of my horse Facebook pages about ragwort in fields. You could just be like, look, don't hire a company. I've got a flamethrower. You won't have any grass left or any horses, but the ragwort's gone.
Yeah, well, I'll just
We'll have
say
some
to them,
tasty
"Move your
burgers
horses
for
out."
dinner
Yeah,
tonight.
maybe
and
some horse
it's-
kebabs.
I mean, I bought
And then
these from
Tesco can sell them.
No, it was Iceland.
Was it Iceland? I thought it was Tesco.
I thought they were in
Was
lasagna.
Tesco-
Tesco
yeah, okay.
horse meat.
Yeah.
Tesco horse meat.
Lasagna.
And the thing
Very
is,
much a thing.
everyone was so shocked. It's like, well, there's lots of places you eat horse. It's not that.
It
It's
was
rare
the
in
con-
Britain.
it was the concept of people didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
They
like,
didn't-
wait, what?
Because the packaging didn't actually tell you that there was horse meat in it.
Because like if
And
I
that
went
was
into a
the discredit.
restaurant, I would probably go, I've never had it before, to my knowledge.
Try it.
Like I've had ostrich, I've had buffalo. Ostrich is a bit weird. Buffalo just kind of tastes like beef.
I mean, they're close enough in terms of
I-
the species.
It's
to
it's
do
a bit
that.
more gamey, but yeah,
It's close enough.
Robert's like, I get flamed for watching Love Island.
I mean, to be fair, like it's we could argue that it's kind of part of Nellie's job.
It has absolutely nothing to do with my job. I'm just gonna take that rumor out of it.
Okay, well, that's it. I'm gonna have to flame you for horse drama now.
It's on a horse like selling site, you know, for like rugs and stuff, and then someone was like, I do ragwort surfaces, and now someone else has started up a competition company, and she's like, they're stealing my tools, and everyone was like, are they though? She's mad.
I just want to go back a couple of sentences there, Nelly, where you said for rugs. Now, are they killing the horses and turning them into rugs?
No, be horse
No,
rug.
horse
They
rugs.
wear.
The ones that you put on your horse.
See, I didn't know anything about horses. So for me, that was just like, sell your horse.
Seen a horse in a rug.
I've
Or
seen.
in a field.
I didn't know they were called rugs. I just my head went, are they
Fair enough.
selling the horses to the people on Facebook so they can chop them up and turn them into rugs?
My one has a zebra one.
Horsehair rug.
They have
Okay.
the horsehair whip.
So what's Elon
Those
Musk
days.
doing these days, Bob?
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah, we start to segue and then we derailed. Like, oh wow. Yeah, Elon Musk has been working on a company called Neuralink, and the concept is a brain-computer interface, as in literally plug your brain into a computer. And the initial use cases are actually for people who have like lost
Oh.
mobility or limbs or have degenerative neurological diseases or something like that, which basically ruins their lives. And they've had some success using nanoscopic wires to actually read from certain parts of the brain and interpret those signals into movement for controlling things like prosthetic limbs and stuff like that. And it's a very interesting technology, but a lot of the headlines that are coming out about it are people going, "Oh God, cyborgs are on the way," and it's like, no, we're probably still a good 50 years before it's even affordable to the public, let alone before we get that kind of adoption. Because,
Having said
like,
that, there's a time and place for everything.
imagine going on the internet in your brain and finding your way onto 4chan. I'm sorry, but that's gonna destroy humans. You know, that's no human wants
Actually,
4chan in their
you'd
brain.
actually just detonate.
I
Yeah.
have absolutely no quarrel with cybernetically changing my body. I
Yeah.
don't care. Like, I'm not one of these people that goes, but it's not. I don't give a shit if I can get legs that make me jump twice as high, or I can put fucking thrusters on my back. I'm doing it. I do not care.
The number of times I've been walking to work or home, and I know the distance I need to walk is short, but I'm like, I cannot be fucked with this distance. I wish I could just jetpack over and be done with it in a flash.
Or just jump that distance. Just go.
Yeah.
I've got really strong
Hulk
legs.
jump,
Just
just
jump. Right.
But yeah, this is the point where we are beginning to see the technology that could allow for what's known as transhumanism. And there's people who have already done experiments on themselves with like putting RFID chips in their hands so they can like pay just by swiping their
Yeah.
hand over things, or they have electronic locks on their doors, so they just put their hand at the door and it just unlocks for them.
That'd be really annoying though if your hand broke. You need to explain that to the locksmith. You're just like, yeah.
Shit, the chip's broken. Yeah, you
Where's the key?
Bug it.
Here.
This is gonna hurt.
have you got a scalpel?
I mean, I'm assuming these people are smart enough to get a backup of some sort.
I mean, I don't know
you'd
if you
hope so.
if you're stupid,
so.
if you're I'm not gonna say stupid. If you are brazen enough to put a chip in your hand, I'm not
You're
quite
not going to
sure.
remember to bring a spare key, are
Yeah,
you?
I'm not quite sure about the whole remembering to bring an actual key. If you're brazen, let's use brazen again. Enough to go to a person who offers this as a service, and you're not a crazy person. I'd be very surprised because I wouldn't do that. I'd go once there's like I can get my entire arm replaced with a nice long blade that comes out of it or something because that'd be cool. I'd do that because it would all be like professional and stuff.
Just do some weird secure
I'm not gonna go to
thing.
some back alley surgeon so you can put a little bit of a chip in my hand.
The person who just called people crazy for wanting to unlock people with their hands, just their first sort of self-improvement was just a sword arm, by the way. So if we're discussing crazy people here, I think John might be in
The sword arm's quite practical, though.
I'm insane, not crazy. There's a difference.
Okay, psycho.
I'm not sure what the difference is, but okay. Let's roll.
Varying
know what?
levels. Crazy. There's crazy, and then
yeah.
there's insane.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair ladder to kind of stack them on. But yeah, it's a question. Like I've thought to myself, it's like there's probably lots of little things I would be quite happy just augmenting myself with. Like the concept of body modification is nothing new. And transhumanism is just another step where you add technology rather than jewelry or ink. And some people are like so creeped out and afraid of the concept. And I can see why. If something goes wrong with that technology inside your body,
Yeah.
I can imagine some people going, no.
Uh-oh.
Or if like there's a heavy metal used within it that's not sealed up properly, and then you end up with some poisoning from, say, copper or something like that. There's definitely a lot of risks.
One of my uncles is part pig.
Oh yeah.
Oh, has he got one
heart
of the
transplant.
heart-
He's got,
the
he's
heart
got the pig heart
valves?
valve, yeah. It's part
Yeah.
pig.
Yeah.
And if I have to
And
get
that's
my
really
knees looked at, I will be part
A
plastic.
pig surgeon will do it.
I'll be
Plastic.
part plastic.
Mercury-based implants.
Because if you get knee replacements done, which essentially replacing your kneecap, they'll replace them with a plastic kneecap.
Yep.
So
See, with mercury implants, you could just have a thermometer inside you all times showing your body temperature. Because, mercury thermometer.
but if it's inside you, how are you supposed to see it?
Um,
Asking the real questions.
That's what we do
You
here.
have a camera.
yeah, you have a camera.
Pointed at the thermometer.
This just feels
With a
like
light.
he's eventually going to
And you
have
can
like
get it
this
out.
big square just sticking out with all of the bits that he needs to
And you've
see
got an
it.
app on your phone that goes to the
Control
camera.
everything.
Yeah, so you
can
can go.
look, you can
So you
zoom
go to the
around your
doctor's like, I
body.
need to take your temperature, and you're like, nope, here you go.
Here it is.
And then that phone is attached to the inside
your
of his
arm.
forearm.
Oh, yeah.
And then he needs an extra camera to be able to see that. And he needs to make his skin capacitive so that he can use it.
And then we have web shooters. It's all just going.
Now that would be a cool augment. You'd have a bajillion people breaking their necks being Spider-Man. I'd be one of them.
Every city would just look
Yeah, but how would
It'd be
awful.
so
How would it
It would look.
web.
It would look like somebody had like taken a giant can of silly string
and
and
just
covered the city. You'd have people
Go with
drowning in silly string.
Legit, though,
That's horrifying.
I would absolutely, without question, if somebody turned around to me and says, "We're gonna give you robot legs," I'd be like, "Do it, just
do it.
No.
just
I
now.
feel like if
Wait.
if someone just randomly came up to me and was like,
Yeah.
"We're gonna give you robot legs," I'd be like, "Can I have a choice?" And they were like, "No."
I'd be like, "Where's the anaesthetic? Let's do this, bitch. I'll even cut them off myself. Let's go."
"I'll be the anaesthetist."
Just
Any practice.
straight.
Yep.
There we go. Knock me out. Cut my legs off. Let's go.
So yeah.
We could do it
It's
illegally
just
at my
one
vet
of these
practice.
interesting concepts. For me, I'm not too bothered by the idea. And the thing that gets me is like, I think back to when I was young, the idea of these technologies all seemed like 200 years in the future. And then fast forward 15 years, I was like, oh, this is becoming real now. Because technology is accelerating. And I don't think that's a concept that a lot of people truly understand. Hell, I probably don't truly understand the impacts of accelerating progress.
There was a thing, I can't remember how long ago it was, but I read about it. They were putting chips onto people's spines who were paraplegic.
Yeah.
If that's the one for losing loss. Is that from like the neck down?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's people from like the neck down, and even some people that are just sort of like the bottom bit of their back, and we're putting chips on their spine that were firing electrical impulses off, and in some cases they were actually regaining their ability to walk. It was temporary; they couldn't get it to go permanent, but they were able for like short bursts, being able to get out of their wheelchairs and be able to walk around. So like that sort of stuff. It's probably becoming a bigger deal now because more people are focusing on it, but even I think that might have been a couple of years ago that they were doing it.
Yeah, I think it was fairly recent.
And it was because I mean that is a cybernetic enhancement. It's an electrical chip, or multiple electrical chips put down your spine that all communicate with each other to fire off the synapses that make you walk.
Yeah, to help
There's
carry
things
that
like-
signal.
There's things like robotic heart type things
Hmm
but they've been used for a while. They're just
Pacemakers.
they're not like as they're not as incredibly awesome as like other things are, but they're still the same. Just
Yeah. So I think
they're normal now.
like the media is like their coverage is all very panicky and the usual kind of God,
The
it's the
world's
end of the
ending.
world
Yeah.
because that's basically how
That's what the
clickbait
media
starts. But I think in general most people are actually like, you know what, if this is coming, that's fine. I get some people like, I don't want to change my body. I want to be me all the time, because they would see that as a foreign thing.
I do wonder how many of those people say that until they can no longer use their legs, and then they'll be like, yeah, just do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not these kinds
But
of
at
people.
that point, it isn't
Quite healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Like they have a choice of their own stuff until then.
Yeah, but then there'll be people that'll be saying like, even if I lose my legs, I'd never do it, and then it become at the point
Oh,
where it's
yeah,
like
then it's just
decision
people-
time,
Yeah,
and then they
there'll
would
be
be like,
people
they would do it, because it's like,
Yeah.
you just.
But I bet those people who are like, oh, I'll never use a mobile phone, and I bet they're using mobile phones now because society's
Yeah. That's
developed
the
to
thing.
that
It's
point.
the whole adoption thing. It's like there will always be people that will resist change in society, technology, and whatever, and that's fine because sometimes, you always need a balance.
Yeah,
Some
you
people
need-
to stand up and go, let's think about this,
Yeah.
and
And it makes
like
things better.
Yeah.
They'll be like, well, what about this problem? And every problem that they come up with, someone will be like, right, well, let's
let's
fix it.
solve it.
And then it's a problem that no one else really thought was an issue, but the product overall is better now
yeah.
because they don't have that issue.
The hard part is seeing through all the scaremongering
Yeah.
and just the bullshit because
There's so much
human
of
race is 99% bullshit. Let's be honest.
I, for one, welcome becoming a robot.
Would you welcome an event known as Singularity? For those that don't know, Singularity is the concept of all human beings, consciousness, and our technology all merging into one super being.
Do we
So-
get to walk
You
around
guys can
saying
if
we
you
are a
want,
legion?
but you guys will regret it. I'll be fine with it.
Bring it.
Everybody
You never
else
know
is
if you
gonna
don't
suffer.
At this point, we would literally be like the Borg from Star Trek. There would be no single individuals. There would be no privacy. Everyone would be aware of everyone else 24/7. Our experience as humans now would be.
Sorry,
Fine.
Fyro. Imagine stalling chips in the eyes and have the brain work with them, and then bam, eyesight, full 8K resolution, then YouTube ads every 30 minutes.
Now that's true Black Mirror shit there.
Yeah.
120. Okay. The thing is, if we get eyes that can see 120 frames per second, we're then going to need monitors that can do 1,000 hertz
Yeah.
to get the same level of quality again.
We can't improve ourselves. We'll have to improve everything else, and that's so much work.
I know. Like, if we stay as shitty little basic humans, the current technology will continue to feel amazing.
I mean, isn't it like 8K is as
We've
high as we
peaked.
can see naturally?
Yeah, there's
'Cause, like,
it's
that's the
when
ceiling, isn't
Mac
it? 'Cause-
released the Retina display. Is basically they put the density of the pixels to similar of the average human in terms of like cone and rod density within the Retina. Um,
Because we're starting to see 8K TVs and stuff come out, and I'm like, you guys are kind of rushing it. 4K is only really just a thing that's affordable. You're kind of rushing this
Yeah.
shit, and you're eventually going to run out of options. Like,
16K, 32K,
'cause
64K.
we're limited in what we can do. Like, this is not... Like, we are very limited. And that is eventually going to be like, you can't sell us any more shit, because it's not getting any better. After this
It'll
point.
just be that every person, like their entire wall, in fact, all the walls will be like 64K monitors 24/7, like that episode of Black Mirror. I keep saying that series, but
You've
Because
got to
it's-
think.
it's-
Have
it's
you
a
recently
good
watched
depiction.
it?
I
It's a
have
good
actually.
depiction of it. So.
Yeah.
It's a good example.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like you've already got windows where you can press a button and it goes from opaque to a screen to
That is actually quite nifty. I
transparent.
do like that.
So
And that's the kind of thing that used to be like a sci-fi only concept a few years ago, and now we're going, oh, I figured it out. Boop.
it's
Ooh,
I
bendy
do want
things,
one of
bendy
those.
the whole the whole like concept of it is pretty weird, but it
Yeah.
works.
Did you say bendy screens, Nelly?
Yeah, those are a thing.
The ones that people keep breaking because they're fucking
Yeah.
idiots.
Yeah, because they snap them.
Because they're like, oh, it opens. I'm just going to do this over and over and over and over again and stress it until it smashes.
Yeah, they're not great.
Like a,
They're a thing.
it's like a piece of plastic that's flexible, right? There's a certain limit where it can go. Because it isn't.
It's like any material. It's like
Yeah.
you put mechanical stress on it, it's eventually going to break, and most people don't realize that.
I am willing to admit, though, I say I'm calling those people idiots, but I would do exactly that. I'd be like, oh, this is really cool. Ah, shit.
I remember watching a YouTube video of it was a kid who got a screen protector. And he was like, "This thing makes your phone indestructible." And he like puts the screen protector over his phone, takes a hammer, smacks it,
yeah.
lifts the thing up, and his screen's smashed to bits. And he's like, "Ah!" and it's like, I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He looks about
Science.
well, it's stupid, but if part of the phone's function is to open and close, it's understandably front. Yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
But that's more like.
But the thing is, like,
Intentionally
companies will
best.
try and
Let's get a soap that kills 100% of germs.
Can we also get 10 out of 10 dentists to agree on a toothpaste instead of 9 out of 10?
yeah, no, like, who's this one guy that who is this one dentist that disagrees in every survey? Is he like paid? Is he a plant?
No, he's the one who's not paid.
Oh, probably, yeah. He's a Russian.
I
He's a
love
Russian.
all the surveys you get online though, or like all the things where they're like, oh, 99% of people agree, and then it's like, of 568 people on
Yeah.
our website, and you're like, well, people coming to your website are obviously going to be like, yeah, that's a good idea, and that's a very strange number to pick. Like,
Yeah.
like you've just got.
That's probably the only amount of people who's actually entered, though.
people because they upset us because they have the wrong opinions. Let's just have these ones, and they came to our website.
It's like I think it was one of the Dove adverts I saw, and they're like, "Oh, like 86% or something like that of women agree," and then it showed in the bottom corner the number of women, and there's 80 women in that whole survey, and I'm like, "How is 80 How is 80 women representative of the whole fucking population?
Yeah.
It's not." Like, if you had a couple of thousand, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, there's probably something to this. 100,000, definitely is something a bit more to it. But 80?
Yeah.
That sounds like the
It's a bit
people
awkward.
who signed up for those scientific trials were like, okay, yeah, I'll rub myself with soap for like 10 quid.
Exactly.
Bit of bias involved in it, you know?
Yeah, it's always bias. Like, they're not going to publish a result. Oh, only 2 out of 10 people agree that our stuff is good.
Yeah.
Yes, 20 Karens and 1
It's
Christie.
not.
20 out of 21. What is it with Karen and all the memes? Like, it's always Karen is the
It's
name.
just a good name.
Because typically the
Me-
name is Karen when they want to speak to a manager, apparently.
Yeah, it's weird stereotype for Karens.
We're very good at getting to very weird topics.
We are. Like,
'Cause
we've
we were
gone
talking
way
about
off topic.
Neuralink.
Derailed.
Now we're talking
Yeah.
about Karen and soap.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
shall we talk about something a bit more game related then?
Well,
Yeah.
to everyone else.
So the
I wasn't
most
sure if Bob wanted to carry on with his list.
the
this
Bob
is
Bob's got
actually-
quite a large list, and we're at
He
20
does.
past 10, so we'll maybe
Yeah.
save some of that for the next 2 weeks.
fair.
Something very interesting kind of popped up just sort of last week and into this week, which was Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony showing a brain words give me
A game of some kind.
no
It was microtransactions and loot boxes.
yeah, there's a word I
yeah.
want. There's a word I want. Fuck it. They've joined
I
up
feel like you should just give up on it.
and they have said that as of the start of next year, if you want microtransactions in your game, I think it was specifically loot boxes, but I think they mean microtransactions in the game, you will have to disclose the odds of them, or you will not be allowed them in the game, and in the extreme cases, the platform.
Wow.
This is a big ass bold move because
revolutionary.
a lot of AAA titles have microtransactions in them, and a lot of those
And
AAA
loot
titles
boxes.
are not willing to admit what the odds are. So
But a lot of microtransactions aren't like betting related things, so they won't
No.
be affected.
yeah, but it would
So the things where you literally just straight up
It
buy
would
something.
loot boxes.
bettors
yeah,
can be
so
like,
that
"Oh, let's
that's
just have
fine.
loads of
But
those."
something like Overwatch
Yeah.
and its loot boxes, they would have to disclose their odds. And then
But isn't there another? I can't think what game it was, but we've discussed it before, where the site which has all the odds on is so impossible to use. And I can't remember what game it was. Maybe it wasn't on here that we discussed.
I don't think
it.
it was about. I don't think it was you.
No, I don't remember.
There was. We were just. I was discussing with someone. I would help if I could remember the game. But basically, they listed all of their odds for all of the items in their loot boxes, but the site is so impossible to use that no one can figure out the answer. I think it was at a family dinner. I think I worked out where we were talking about it. Not you guys, my family. These are things we do at family dinners.
Discuss the same stuff we do on this podcast. Okay, cool.
We're an interesting family.
It's a very, very interesting thing because, excuse me, that's that curry coming back again. Oh, sorry. I think we're about to see, because we've kind of been on the cusp of it recently, and it's becoming more and more of a thing. But I think we're about to see a major shift again, to the point of either people are going to be more conscious of the microtransactions. It all started when countries, their lawmakers in their countries started going after them and being like, "Is this gambling? Is this illegal?"
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a shift to either them just no longer being a thing, or there being far more conscious thought about what they are. A smartphone thing that me and Chizzy are playing just now, they disclose the odds in that of what it's like to get bits. Because it's a Gundam game, it's a Gundam builder game, so you just get parts of Gundams and you put them together. And to get a 6-star piece, so they just put the same drop rate to each category, so like a 5-star, 6-star. To get a, hang on, I'll load it up to give you the specific number, but I think it's about 0.0033% to get one of these parts to drop, which is ridiculous. But to counter that, this is a game from like an Asian market, and they're a bit more generous with their alternate currencies. You get a shit ton of the currencies, so it's not like you feel like you're forced into paying it because you want that part. So I think we're going to see something quite big coming, hopefully, into next year, and I think it's going to be, there's going to be more information as comes.
Hopefully change it for good. Perhaps stop as many controversies happening. Because
Going-
there's a lot of
What's the
chaotic-
game, Nelly? Did you find it?
Battlefront. I texted my brother.
Ah.
It's Battlefront. Battlefront. They have a website. It's also not their website.
Oh, so.
But it gets them around the European gambling laws, so they use it. So their way of going around it is they're like, well, all of our chances are online. It's not their site, so it's not something you can go to easily. You have to like know about it, but they're like, well, they're on the internet.
This thing that Nintendo are talking about, the big three are talking about, specifically relates to them revealing their odds in game.
Ah.
So it has to be. It can't be a secondary website.
visible.
It can't be external. It has to be when you go to pay for a random box. It has to come up saying, "These are the chances." It's specific because they know that people will try and find a way around it. Mainly EA,
Yeah.
they will try and find a way to circumvent it. But if they say, "This is our rule set," if you want your game on our platform, this has to happen. Has to be this way. They're giving the developers of anything that's currently out, games as a service, stuff like Anthem, Destiny, blah, 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 because Destiny has the Eververse store. It still has random chance to get things. Overwatch has its loot boxes, so they are giving them time. They've still got, there's 4 months of the year. Jesus, there's only 4 months of the year left. To give them time to get this stuff in place. Just because they're saying there's 4 months of the year left, I've got that little whiteboard up there, which is for us keeping track of the recording and stuff. But I thought, fuck it, I'll just write how many podcasts are left for the rest of the year. And I think it's like 12. With the 2 weeks.
That's really low number. Yeah.
For the 2 weeks in between, it's 12. And I'm like, Jesus.
It's a little.
Yeah, you have a rubber ducky chance of getting a gold. My friends are hoping the DLC is going to be good. Fact is, EA can't make good games anymore. EA don't make games anymore. They pay other developers to do it and then fire them when it doesn't work. Because
it doesn't meet ridiculous sales targets.
They micromanage and get in the way. Another
I think
personal.
everyone wants the new Star Wars games to be good. Like, that's what you want from a Star Wars game, and that's only fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that this new Star Wars one that's out in November is going to be fucking awesome. But it's Respawn making it, so there's hope. But then it was BioWare that made Anthem. So, not great chances. But in news for games that I am excited for, THQ Nordic had their investment, mid-year investment call, and they finally acknowledged that there's a new Time Spotters game coming.
Oh, that's such a good classic.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
So basically, they haven't specified new game, but they have said we are aware that we have Time Spotters and we are going to do something with it. There's also a new Saints Row coming. Because not a game that Bob would play on his own, but we had great fun playing it together.
Yeah, it's one of those suggestions that you surprised me with. I was like, Saints Row, I'm not that keen on that genre of game. And then we played it for 10 minutes, and I'm like, this is amazing!
Time Spotters
Mobile.
Mobile. So just because somebody that there, it made me think of something. I read as well that THQ Nordic are one of the only publishers, or maybe even the only publisher, I can't remember the specific wording, that has never had loot boxes in any of its games that they've published.
Really?
They refuse to use them.
Interesting.
They might have had microtransactions, which buying skins and stuff's a bit different, but loot boxes, they've never had them. I was like, Jesus, I didn't know that.
Fair, yeah.
And I played a lot in THQ Nordic games, and I've never noticed them. Like, when I think about it, I've never noticed them.
It's probably one of those things, you'll notice the loot boxes when they're there, because they annoy you. But then, when they're not there, you just enjoy the game instead.
Yeah, I don't have something going, pay for this, you can get stuff, every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ethics. Yeah.
So the other major thing that I kind of picked up on is the shit show that's happening on Twitch right now. The mass exodus that's happening because they're a shower of bastards. Their pettiness with Ninja going to Mixer. them promoting porn on his channel and going, "Oh, sorry guys, it was an accident. It shouldn't have happened." How is it even on the channel in the first place? How is it even on Twitch in the first place?
How is it even on Twitch?
How did it get there? And then you going, "We're never going to promote other people's channels on your channel when it's off, unless you've got yourself hosting someone." Then they do that.
Mm.
And then everybody goes, "Can we actually get features that help us and promote creators and help them grow?" No, you can't.
Oh.
So everybody's leaving. I've seen a lot of people on, Matt, you've probably seen it yourself, a lot of people on Twitter.
I've only seen like big names, or like the tweets about it.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot
I've
about
seen a
that.
lot of people going, is it worth moving? How do you guys feel about it? I had a conversation with someone on Twitter. They were asking about specifically IRL streamers and how they felt about it. And I says, well, we've just moved the podcast to YouTube. And we did better in one show than we did in, which me and Bob worked out earlier on, 10 months.
Yeah.
In November last year, we started in 10 months on Twitch in its entirety. So, like, in one single show, we had more viewers and more interaction in that one show than we did any time on Twitch. Which
It's a
is
shame.
ridiculous. They just don't have the support there for people who do alternative content to gaming.
It's very much just gaming focused.
And even though they like
that
to
was
say that
his
they do,
original.
gameplay though, Bob, that's
Yeah.
that's the thing on Twitch. We're not doing gameplay. We're talking about games, or we're talking about our lives or other hobbies and stuff like that. Over on YouTube, it's a lot more supported. There's
there's a
more
lot-
people
lot
likely to
more.
come across that kind of thing because because gaming's not the flavor of the month on YouTube anymore. It's other stuff. It's alternate content. It
Never was. It was just one side of it.
Yeah, but it was the major side of it for a long time. And then people started going, I wonder what else I can do with this. And then they started making other content. And even the people who started as Let's Players have moved into doing other content.
That's a different thing though. isn't it?
Game Grumps come to mind. They've started doing like their 10-minute power hours, which are really funny. But they
That's more.
now have
that's
set
more
up
people.
a separate channel so they can go do all
Yeah.
like their sort of live action in front of the camera kind of stuff. It's a better place for it. I think if Twitch don't change things soon, they're in trouble because they have competition.
Mm.
And especially if like a big name like Ninja, I mean, he probably got paid a ton of money,
Oh yeah.
but like if you take like Dr. Disrespect, Forsen, any of those big guys, and they decide to go as well, or they're paid to go to Mixer, Twitch are in trouble. They need to come up with something. They need to start doing what community wants, and they're not.
It's pretty difficult because in the end of the day, Twitch is a business,
Yeah.
and the way they run it
Something
is
like
very much like a business. So they're not necessarily doing wrong. It's just
You can't have a business if there's nobody there to help you build it.
yeah.
And
They
if
don't
they
care.
keep going down the route they're going down, there'll be no one there to help them build it. And Amazon can't front them forever. You know? Like they
You
might
say
be
that. You say that. I'm joking. Because Amazon's growing exponentially, so that's going to be
Making
there
it
for a
so
while.
someone can't delete their channel. Jeez. That's
Yeah,
not silly.
and so Ninja, after all this shit went down, he went, just close the channel, just get rid of it, just delete it. And he went, can't.
That never has been a thing though. Like deleting channels, you just leave it inactive. And that's how
Yeah,
it
but
is.
like, I don't see why that shouldn't be an option. Like, if you want to close down your thing permanently,
You can always change the
free up
name.
Yeah,
Alright.
but still.
Amazon can front them for as long as they want to, but they won't. If it's
Oh yeah.
flailing,
that's-
it's not making them
that's the
money.
different- That's
they'll
the
drop
different
it.
thing. Yeah. They'll just sell it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Amazon definitely has the money to do it. Look at their refund policy on their store. You can, like, you can say, I just don't want this anymore," and they'll just be like, "Right, here's your money back," and they don't even care if you send the item back. They have that much of a slush fund of spare cash in front of them. They can go, here's a few mil.
I did have like, this was a private
a bit
seller on Amazon,
horrible.
but I had an issue with them because they were like, I put up a review of their desks. It was like, had to re-drill holes, bits of it snapped, which have now been drilled back together. Don't buy this desk. And then they went, we'll give you a full refund if you take your review down. I was like, I want my money back, so I'm going to do it. And I meant to go back. This was a couple of years ago, so it's too late now. But I meant to go back and just put the review back up after they got my money back. I just forgot about it because I was like, you dickheads, you absolute dickheads. Honestly,
But
you cheeky bastards.
but capitalism, I want my money back.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. And
Fucking shite bags.
yeah, very shady.
Oh, this is just because I'm swiveling my chair about. The boxes you get for the Lego things are really cool because it's their victory poses on the back of them.
Oh, that's pretty neat. That's like yeah. Instead of just throwing it away.
So I kept them. Otherwise, I would have just binned them. But they're cool.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
It's on them for everyone. So like, if you get like, I think there's like a Widowmaker and Soldier set, and they have two of them on the back.
That's pretty good.
Ah, the age old question. I want to play a game, but don't know what to play.
Solved it.
What?
Now that's your default.
I've never understood why Overwatch is still going. To be honest, I'm just
I
a
like
bit
Overwatch.
bored of it.
I like it.
Fair.
Go-to.
The pace is so like weird for me, and that's the thing. Where Siege it's either slow and tactical or rush. COD it's full on rush because it's COD. And then there's other sort of things which is in the environment, but Overwatch is just a bit weird for me.
Well, we played
Nah.
that Hunt Showdown last week, didn't we, Bob?
Yeah, I got you in
I
that.
quite enjoyed that. It's
Yeah.
it's interesting.
It's a very even the rushes aren't super quick, but gameplay can go fast if people are in close proximity. But it's one of these games where you get your damage fall off over distance, kind of like Ghost Recon.
It's,
yeah, you
it's
enjoyed that.
Fun, but it's really intense.
Yeah.
But like, if you get the tactics right, it's really fun. So like, our last game, there was three of us, and like everybody was going off. So we thought, I just said, should we just rush it? Should we just run it? And just because
Yeah.
the concept is, you get 3 clues, then you go to the thing, you kill the boss, you take the boss's remains essentially, you claim the bounty, and then you have to get out. So me and James, our other friend, we went down into the basement to go get the thing, and Bob was up in a tower in this church, so we just went, Bob, stay there and keep an eye out for anybody, because he's got this viewpoint where he can see everything.
He's got Overwatch, yeah.
Yeah.
So
that
we were
was
just
the
like,
sniper.
we'll go, if we die, and we'll just do it. So we get down, and then we just start hearing pot shots, and then these guys come in and raid the thing as we're waiting, because you've got to wait like 2.5 minutes for the bounty
Yeah,
to
it's about
claim.
that.
So you're just sitting, and you're just waiting, and you can hear the gunfire, and you've got Bob going, fuck, they're coming in, they've got me, I'm on fire, shit, I'm dead, just leave me. And then we hear the dynamite going off, and they're coming into the crypt that we're standing in, just waiting, and we can't, like, we're just sitting, watching these hallways, and then they find a way around us, so they come in, James gets taken down, and I'm just like, shit, but he manages to light one on fire before he goes down, so he's already weakened, so I popped the first one in the head, don't know how I managed it. The other guy that's on fire came around one way, I went the other. He came back and I popped him in the head, and I just went, revived James, and we got the fuck out of there.
Sometimes it'd be like that, you know.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
oh shit!
Oh
It's
my
just-
goodness.
For like the
That
next
sounds
2
chaos.
minutes, I was just like, how the fuck did I do that? What? How?
There are a lot of cases where you're just in shock about what you've done, and you're just like, all right, I'll take it, and just quickly dash off.
And then we got out. We made it out because I think it was either not a very well populated match, or everybody had killed everybody else, and we killed the last of them.
We had heard a lot of gunfire before that point.
Yeah, so we just went straight to it, but there was a lot of shots popping off and a lot of explosions and stuff. So there was a lot of fighting going on. But we just strolled to the end, and we're just sitting so paranoid that we'd miss someone.
Yeah, and they were gonna gun you from some distance.
But there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. Bob was trailing behind us because like when you have the bounty, you're targetable. You can be seen on the map.
Yeah.
So Bob couldn't be seen because there's only the 2 people that capture the bounty.
So I followed from a distance.
In Hunt, we were defending the loot, and I'm not the best at FPS. I killed 3 duels solo as they took out my friend, and I'm just going, how, what, why? What's best about this game is that they could literally put you in a match on your own, and you would never know. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They're going to get me when I least expect it. It's always there. Paranoia is amazing. Yeah, I mean, it
Oh, yeah,
really
true.
sets you up because you're like, there's other people going for the thing I want. And there's no way to track them other than hopeful gunfire that you can hear. And even then, you can't tell how far away it is, and you can only really vaguely guess the direction. Because it's
Unless
so
they
echoey.
optimize sound, yeah.
Like even with the like spatial sound headphones, like surround sound, it's still really difficult to kind of
It's
pinpoint.
still very dependent on the actual game's engine and the audio on that.
The audio's really good, but I think it's designed in such a way that it makes it difficult for you
If it's
to
intentional,
guess.
fair enough,
You can kind of go, oh, it's in like the northeast-ish. And then you move slightly, and then it sounds like it's in the southeast, and you're like, where is it?
You can get within like 10, 15 degrees of accuracy, I've found. But it depends on the distance. The further away, the harder it is. But when they start getting closer, you can narrow it in. And also, if there are other players really close nearby to you, you can kind of echolocate them a bit. But it's not like Siege, where you can go, I'm following him, pinpoint accuracy, bam, headshot through the wall.
Nah, that's complete opposite in Siege. Siege sound is so weird right now. So weird.
It used to be pretty decent. Like, you could actually track people.
But it's so weird right now.
I haven't played for so long.
It's all those weird, fancy, high-tech operators.
It's more the thickness of walls and stuff like that, and destructibility that messes with everything. So you create like if you create 5 punch holes in a wall or something, you can hear a lot better through it. But that also messes with different angles and stuff like that, and it's complex. But inevitably, it's something you gotta learn because it's.
I remember the days of Siege when it was a guy in a gas mask with a shotgun and a sledgehammer.
Still is. My mate does that all the time. He runs in there with a sledge, throws a few grenades to flush people out, and shotguns into the head with a 12 gauge. And I'm just there like, bro, what happened to the skill? What happened to droning him out? And he's just there like, and I'm just there like.
That is the skill.
Yeah. I mean, if it works.
60% of the time it works every time, so I mean, I'll take it.
Okay, so I've got this drop rate table up for this game that I've been putting on my phone. So overall, and there's no 5 stars in this capture that you can get. So overall, percentage chance of getting a 4 star is 5%. Individual items are 0.183% chance of it dropping. 3 stars a 25% chance, and a 2 stars a 70% chance. It's fucking ridiculous. But they show their odds. In fact, some of these parts are 0.051%, so they get worse.
My brother has sent me a while ago, and I thought we'd kind of come off the topic, so I didn't read it out. But he basically sent me the name of 2 articles that he thought was interesting. One was a Forbes one, which was with the title. So I've just got the title, so I'm basing assumption of it. But the title is Under Threat of Legislation, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo agree to force loot box odds disclosure. So it doesn't sound so much as like, oh, look how good they are.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
oh, look how much in trouble they are. So now they have to.
Either way,
Because presumably it's like the gambling laws coming in again, and so they're not doing it from the. I mean, that's just the name of an article.
Yeah,
that sounds like they're not so much doing it to be like, oh, look how nice we are as a company to try and help with this, but more like, oh, bums, someone's gonna come after us in a second.
Yeah, that actually makes sense for these companies because businesses will follow money. That's what they're for. And yeah, obviously these companies are going to put their best face onto the public and be like, oh, look how altruistic we are. And then when you see that article, you go, oh yeah.
Yeah, they're not.
They're still a business.
Either way, it's still going to be a major shift.
Yes. It's still a major change, but it's a major change they didn't decide to do.
Just on their own.
To help with the gambling problems.
Either way, if they hadn't done it off their own back, their hand had to be forced because it was getting out of hand. And it couldn't be allowed to continue the way it was.
Yeah.
Oh. That's cool.
Oh!
That's
Yep, you found something.
Literally just a thing that's just popped up on my notifications there. Steam ads played on another platform is a new way to ignore games in the store.
What?
What?
You can tag a game you've seen as you've played it on a different platform and it won't show you it. So that you don't get games that you've already got somewhere else.
That's fair enough.
Fair.
That's
That's
actually quite a good idea. Because I have a lot of games on other platforms that I'd rather that I'm really fucking susceptible to buying again on PC, and if I can't see them,
You
then
can't buy
I won't buy them.
Yeah, that's actually quite neat. I like that concept. So, I'm thinking we're getting close
Yeah, we
towards
got-
the end of the
End of the
show.
show.
20 minutes,
Uh,
and we
Ellie,
have
you
talked
had
a lot of
question.
shit.
Oh yeah, but it's part of what we come on for, is it not? Yeah, and Ellie, you had a question for us all.
Yes. Yes, I did. I'm going to go find my exact wording because I tried to explain it to someone earlier and I forgot what I said. It's like, give me a sec.
Cool.
So I'm scrolling up to where
I'm gonna go get a drink.
So, okay, never mind.
Carry on.
By Bon.
No.
By John.
By Bon,
I mean
yes.
Bob and
By
John,
Bon.
one person. By
Yes, Bon.
Bon.
Bon
So
appetit.
this oddly enough
Bonjour.
was a question that was inspired by someone who has absolutely nothing to do with gaming because we were just talking about the podcast. But basically, if you could design your own game, like what would you create? Because I'm thinking like the sort of concept of this is that people are going to go down the line of like whatever their favorite game is going to be, but then in like the way that they want it. Because obviously everyone has like a favorite version, like a favorite type of game. So yeah, so that is like the whole concept. Is like what would you create as like your game model?
Can I modify that a bit to something that could
Yeah.
be interesting? Let's go around and everybody pick a mechanic that they like, and then we'll try and come up with something, the four of us. Just quickly.
Oh, right, just together.
Yeah, just quickly, and we'll
Oh.
just so I'll go first because this is one of my favorite things. Games where you can get upgrades that change things. So like if you have a town, like one of the Fables does it, I think, or something where you can say you're in like this like RPG, you're walking around, open world, whatever you want to call it, and then you go upgrade that farm, and the farm changes, or you
What, like in front of you,
yes,
basically?
or something like if
Oh,
you've
it's
ever
like-
played
yeah.
The Blob, where you complete an area and all the color comes back. I like a world that physically changes when you either buy an upgrade or you do something. That's for me.
So, like, when you've completed a mission and then you go back to the area and it's unlocked a certain thing,
Yeah, or
Yes.
renovated.
you liberate somewhere.
Yeah.
And then all of like say like there's the enemy banners are up on all the buildings, and then you go back and all the banners have changed, and
Well, it's changed back, yeah.
or in like a fantasy setting you beat a boss and all of the scary weird shit goes away. Dragon Age Inquisition's a good example. Like you get like this table later on in the game where you can send people off to do tasks, and one of them is like clear this rubble so we can open a bridge to a new area, and then you go there and the bridge is clear and you can go over it. It's not just like a tick
Yeah.
box. It's
Yeah.
physical changes when you do something.
Yeah,
Not
as
like
opposed to, oh, this area was locked.
not like
something
branching stories, just physical changes within the world. When you buy something, you complete something, you clear something. That's something I fucking love.
Yeah, like, so it reflects what you've done in the game.
Yeah, you
Your
can actually
progress.
see the world
You
changing
can
around
see
you.
the progress and how your actions change that, which is really neat.
Yes, that's
Like
one of
Dying
my
Dying
favourite
Light 2
things.
is going to have quite a lot of that, like
Yeah,
players.
supposedly, yeah.
Yeah,
That's got like
it's
a
going to be.
gameplay review, like a gameplay live stream at Gamescom.
Mm,
Okay, so we've got one mechanic, which is your actions physically affect the world. I would say it's the best description of that mechanic.
That's one of my favorite things. If I see that mechanic in a game, I will do so much of that
Yeah.
because I like to see things change. Overlord is quite a good example as well. It's like you would buy things for your castle, and your castle would get bigger as you complete more parts of the game, and then you can
like when I've been playing Vermintide recently, and whenever I've done some missions, you'd come back and you can either put up paintings that you found, or some areas just being opened up or something like that, which is really cool.
just things changing.
Trying to
Now,
think
who
of
wants?
what I would-
Who's got one? Who wants to go next?
trying to think of one.
Because as soon as
I
you
don't
said
have
that
one to
question in Discord, Nelly, I was like, that could be an interest of like just to see what we've quickly come back up to.
Full circle back to OG question.
Yeah, I'd go back to that.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was trying to do, is bring it back to who's next. Nelly, you asked, so I'll get you go
I
next,
didn't have
and then
an idea for like the gameplay. Not in like that sense, because obviously like, my thing, like, I like the way that obviously like you really interact with the environment in itself.
Yeah.
So so not something you just run through. Like you've got to physically use the actual environment. So things where you've actually got to work out how you can get through. Sort of a
kind of like
section.
maybe like Portal kind of thing, where
like
you can actually. Yeah,
and like things like Trine as well, where you're manipulating your environment. You don't just
because
sort of
trying
walk
the
along.
three characters
Yeah.
do different things.
You've got to work out how they work together, and obviously when you play with two, it's much easier. But because I'm playing through it with the boyfriend at the moment, and I quite like when we're I've played it before, but I've always played it with people. I've never played it on my own, and me and boyfriend quite often are discussing like how you would do it obviously on your own, because it's all completely different to how you would do it when you've got two people, because you can use two separate characters at the same time,
like sort of like
environment.
Lego, like the Lego games.
Yeah, because you use a lot of stuff in that. Yeah, a lot of interaction in that. I like where you've actually got to work with the environment to sort of get through.
Fyros just brought up a streaming goal from our shared past.
Oh, I love Portal 2.
So we started it,
Portal's classic.
but the problem is when he streams, it's like 2 a.m. here.
Yeah.
So we played like one session where we came on early, and I'm like, dude, I can't keep doing this.
I'm pretty bitch, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's a lot of suggestions coming through the chat here. Apparently he's changed the schedule.
Have you changed it from 2 a.m. to 1 a.m.? I need to know what time it is here, man. I might be able to do it, but it would depend on time and day. Honestly, it was a lot to come down. And I need to watch what I say in your streams, man. You don't like people swearing. So, it's so stressful for me, because I'm like, fuck, shit, I can't say that. Fuck, shit, balls. Time zone right now is BST.
For reference, it's
Bar
10 minutes to 11.
That's worse.
So I've got changing the world. Now he's got interaction with that world.
Yes. And I think those two actually complement each other really nicely.
So like when you complete something, like
guys, we've got half a game. Don't let us down.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
So Matt, can I pressure you to go next? Because I'm still.
You don't have anything to do, Bo.
Oh, I thought of one thing, but it does not fit the current theme. But I might just chuck it out anyway.
Well, most games have got a weird, quirky mechanic that probably doesn't belong, but they put it in anyway because they thought this was cool. And we spent 2.5 years working on it, so fuck it, it's in the game now.
I like the ability of like not only unlocking a certain area that you can like explore or use at some point, but actually customizing the appearance of it in and of itself. So if you've unlocked like your room or something like that, or an upgrade to your room or something, that you can actually change the inside of it to make it yours. So every single different player's thing is different in a certain way.
Yeah, so like personalization.
Yes, personalization on anything. So whether it's your house, your base, or something like that, or weapons in whatever game, something like that.
I'm sorry, but I like how Frozen Box has just said he's now leaving
Yeah.
work, and so now he's not watching us anymore.
I know. Well,
This guy doesn't do anything at work. He just watches people's streams. That's what he used to do back in the day. Like, he's got a different job since then, but every time he was in my stream, he'd be like, oh, I'm just sitting at work.
I'm just chilling at work. It's not even lunch break. Be right back going for lunch or something like that. It's just...
He's gonna go driving. That's a fair reason to not watch a stream.
Thank you for coming by, dude. It was good to see you,
just
man. It's
stopping
been a
by,
long
man.
time. It's been a long time.
Good seeing you. Yeah.
So Matt, continue.
I think he's done. It's your turn.
Yeah, so
Okay.
sort of customization.
Customization
So-
of the actual...
Any sense.
Mine's is changing
So-
the world. Nellie's is interacting with it, and Matt is personalizing it.
Yeah.
You need to come up with a
Absolutely.
gameplay mechanic, Bob, because so far we've just got a really nice world to be in and nothing to actually do in it.
But I can...
Rocket jumping, but with explosive barrels.
Oh goodness me! Once you throw it down, you gotta detonate it. You gotta like explode it at a certain time.
No, I actually first-person shooters have been like the thing that really gets me going. I love the
Defined rocket
first-person
jumping.
shooters. Oh, Thomas is saying I can steal his ideas. Let me take a look.
Character notoriety, so people won't fuck with you if
Or is it?
they know what you've done. I mean, that's kind of like the Doom Marine. Like,
Yeah.
Except they still try anyway because they might get lucky.
They might.
Or the classic Skyrim or Oblivion thing. It's like, oh, that guy is, murdering demons and dragons. Let's mug him.
Stop! You violated the law.
Yeah, I know.
You're
It's
arrested
like
for a $5 cheese.
it's like he
Like,
stole
oh.
a sweet roll. Arrest him.
So
He's a dragonborn.
if we go with your idea, Bob, of
Yeah.
rocket jumps with explosive barrels, because Thomas has just said, so there's just craters everywhere. So
Yeah.
yes, in this world.
we're going to spend time fixing this world, okay, which is my mechanic. Fixing this
Yep.
world and changing things.
To break it.
And then the interaction is that you just fucking blow it up afterwards, which is Nellie's mechanic. And then you can personalize your craters afterwards. We've got a game on our
Makes
hands.
nice little holes.
Personalized craters.
I thought if you want something that's not environmental related, I thought of something else that I really like from certain games, which is
So it's Minecraft.
yeah,
I
it
mean-
really is though. We've created Minecraft. I'm trying to think what that is. Black Desert. So on like things like Black Desert Online, and then also to an extent World of Warcraft, where your attacks actually mean something, where you actually do something physically different, because there's like different attack types. You can use a bow, you can use magic, you can use a sword. But I like in Black Desert Online, every single one and they're like full on
Video.
combos that you do a completely different move. And you have to learn the combos because they're not just in like World of Warcraft. Obviously, each button you press does like a different move, but it's it's the button.
Like a
Like
moveset.
magic.
Yeah, you can just like
Remember
click
we
them, and
replayed
then you
that
click
one.
them in a certain sequence, and it does more damage, but it doesn't actually do anything different. But in Black
Because
Desert
you
Online,
apply different buffs at different
yeah, yeah. But in Black Desert Online, you can if you're pressing if you're going backwards whilst pressing the right mouse button, it does something completely different to if you're pressing forwards whilst pressing the right mouse button, and it makes you really
Oh.
think because you're
Combo
suddenly
controls.
you're like
Yeah.
leaping out of a fight because you press back at exactly the wrong second as you clicked a button, and you're like, oh my god, I'm now like over here, like.
Or you spam
That's
it. You
similar
do
to
what I
what a
do
lot
and
of-
spam it anyway.
Similar to what a lot of controls on fighter style games are like. Like
Yeah,
the combinations of button and movements
yeah.
will
A
Actually,
very
trigger
key,
different
to
actions.
action.
Yeah.
So Minecraft meets DMC. I would play that.
Devil me Minecraft.
Devin Minecraft.
I would probably give that a go for a tenner.
Yeah.
For a tenner.
Not much else, but
generous-
I'd give it a go for a
A
tenner.
generous
Now we
price
just
of
make
an
it
indie
really
game.
pretty,
Yeah.
and it could be like the new.
That's
Just
easy,
shove it
just
into
like-
Unreal.
Yeah, Unreal it. That's job done. Unreal 4. Boom.
Let's keep the cost down, guys. Let's just go with Unity. It's good enough.
But the new Unreal's open source. That's free.
Is it?
Yeah.
You still got to pay for Unreal.
Unreal Tournament, the new one, is
Oh,
free.
No,
open
I'm
source.
yeah, I'm talking about Unreal, the engine.
Oh, the engine. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You got good point. No Java. That's an advantage.
That's actually
Java-
like that concept of creating the holes, like fixing the world, creating the holes, and personalizing them, and just jumping around like a lunatic. That could be something, honestly. It could just
Yeah.
be something you could sell for like
It'd
£4
just be like
on
a
Steam.
weird version of Just Cause on it with actual descriptability.
I think
you know, in Just
I was
Cause-
going to add a second mechanic. One thing I like, and this would tie in with Nellie's one of using the world, is Easter eggs. I love hunting and finding
finding a
Easter
good
eggs.
Easter egg.
And so, like, the more you manipulate the world, the more likely you are to uncover an Easter egg.
Oh, so that's part of progression and stuff like that.
Richard's like, we'll write the entire thing in HTML and JavaScript. That makes me think back to like the late 90s,
Crayon.
early 2000s when everything was Flash websites.
Flash games are still good. In
Yeah, they
fairness.
are, but it's just like everything is a web game in Flash.
Everything. There's some games like in the early days that are coded in command line.
Nelly,
Yeah.
Dungeons is a good
Text
example
adventures.
of what I'm talking about. So you know, like you go into the overworld,
Mhm.
and you, like, actually, have you played Dungeons? You played Dungeons too, haven't you? No, shit. Fuck, I thought you played
Wait. No, I played Dungeon Keeper.
it. Oh well, never mind.
Slightly different.
It's actually an example that just come up in my head though. So like you would go out, so you have like an overworld. You have your dungeon that you defend from like the heroes that come in. Or you go up in the overworld and you have to complete objectives up there to finish the mission. But you can go up there and to get mana, you have to take over like these life sources. So they're like statues and rainbows and shit like that. But you take them over
And unicorns and puppies and kittens.
basically, and then it corrupts the landscape around it. So
Okay.
all the lighting changes and everything like wilts and dies off, and it becomes everything either explodes in lava or becomes super demonic, and it's that kind of stuff. It's just a small thing that you do, but it changes, and each one you capture, it changes the map more and more and more as you go around it.
Okay. Also, Thomas Williams, Dungeon Keeper is a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I meant
I've
to
never
pick
played
you-
it, but I've heard good things.
I meant to
I
gift
love
you
that
Dungeon
game.
Keeper Dungeons 2 because it was on Steam really fucking cheap, and I meant to give you it. So it was like
Me?
two, yeah, because it was like £2, and I was
Why?
like, because it's you enjoy Dungeon Keeper, you really like dungeons, and it was like £2. It's not a lot
Wait,
to sacrifice.
Give you things.
Evil
It is far too much.
I've never played Evil Genius.
I've never played Evil Genius.
I did a thing.
Wunderbar.
There we go. So
So,
as a like a for me, I'm kind of sick of so to go back to like the general question.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sick of open world, so I'd probably make something quite linear, like because
I love open world.
I'm so sick of it now. I'm like I quite like my linear experiences. I think that's kind of why I'm enjoying the new Fire Emblem, because it's not an open game really. You have like decisions that you have to make day to day, but in terms of the story, it's very much this is the thing you can do.
We've had a game
I,
suggested, which is Maze, by the way, in the chat. We've been told to not to look it up.
well, now we're going to have to look it up, aren't we? Thanks, Thomas.
Maybe we'll look it up afterwards.
Maze.
I'd probably make something
No, I
quite
love an
linear.
open world. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I get that. But would you do like linear, like Fable, where it's kind of like there's like other bits you can go down, but it's not actually.
There would
that
definitely be
wide, like-
exploration, but it wouldn't be
Yeah.
here's your world, fuck off and do things. Because that's
Yeah,
something that
fair.
really frustrates me. Is you're like, and I get why people like it so much, but it's like,
Yeah.
here's the start of the world.
But the problem with massive open world things like that is that the quests just don't seem important, because when someone's like, we urgently need help with this, it does not matter. That would be
Another
good.
set
If
would
you
be
have an
fair.
open world game and they're like, we urgently need help with this, and you're like, I'm gonna go kill like 50,000 cows out in the world, and then you come back and everyone's died, and you're like, oh.
It was one of the most
No.
frustrating
I think
things.
there's
Yeah,
some
you needed
games. I
help.
think there are some games I've played that are like that, where if you don't to it within like a set time frame once you've accepted it,
Yeah.
then
Something-
that affects the mission.
Something
Yeah.
like a Metroidvania style thing, because it's not specifically open. There is obviously like a critical path that you're going down, and it will just change the areas that you play in. Because it's like Control that I've been looking at. We're probably going to play that for the channel. Control has been set up. It's quite a linear game, but it's a Metroidvania style. So you get more powers, you can unlock more areas. That's got me really, really interested because of the mechanics in it, and I think it's going to be something I'm going to really enjoy because it is kind of quite structured. But there's the exploration options, and they make their side quests
Yeah.
matter. So from what I've been seeing, the side quests normally lead to like pretty tough bosses who have like powers locked to them and stuff. So like they're not gameplay and they're not story critical, but they're apparently
They-
quite cool,
yeah.
or like gun upgrades and stuff
Can
like
like
that.
adjust the way you play the game.
So it makes them matter. So it's not like I'm not going to be missing out on anything. Apparently, some of those bosses are better than some of the story bosses. So that sort of thing, just open as in a Metroidvania style thing, where there are other areas you can go explore when you get it, but you don't have to. They're not critical, and you have like your main critical path. That's kind of what I would do. Anybody else?
I would say fill the world with barrels that you can shoot.
explosions
So
everywhere.
is that just the game you would make, Bob? It's just a room full of barrels that you just
Barrels.
shoot, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
So Doom.
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
So, Gmod. Yeah, exactly. Gmod. Just
Gmod,
fill
you
the
can
world with
replace
barrels and
yourself
crash
now.
your game trying to shoot them all, make them all explode at the same time.
Or put over 1.5 million TNT into one of Bob's servers and then hit detonate.
Yeah, that crashed that world in such a weird way. Because it was saving halfway through that. It was like halfway through your world save.
back. It
Well-
never came back.
What happened, right, was it saved half of the TNT in an exploding state. So when you reloaded, it couldn't get to the next save point after the TNT was gone, so it would crash at the same point and reload from just before that point. So it was caught in an infinite loop there. And I actually edited the world files and removed those
TNT.
chunks from the world
Yeah.
files. And because the TNT explosions were still being registered as events, I couldn't get rid of them. So that was it. I just had this void that was exploding instead of a bit of ocean that was exploding. And
But
it's
it's like,
really annoying because
If I do it
built
all
some
the
cool
way
shit.
over here, it'll be fine.
It wasn't.
But to be fair, I actually did not realize how many I'd placed. Because I
Yeah,
used,
because I
I
think we
used
measured
World
up
Edit.
afterward.
Yeah, I used
Yeah.
World Edit, and I thought, because I think what happened is I fucked up the commands. So I think I made more go down,
Yeah.
and I meant to just have them in quite a big square, but not have like this fucking tower of them. So I think they just sunk into the ground, and I didn't realize how far down they went, and then I just went, and it was like, it crashed.
And then I'm like, load it up again. And it's crashed. Load it up again. It's crashed. Load it... And then eventually I did some more investigation, and yeah, found that it was because it was reloading to the same explosions every time, and it couldn't handle the next stage, and it couldn't save.
It's such a tragic. Oh, no.
I was like, fuck. But hey,
You've got a better server now. It helped you in the end.
Yeah, I've got a better server where I'm not letting World Edit.
Or
be
not letting
used
me
by-
have World Edit.
No, this one doesn't have World Edit at all. It's completely vanilla. Well, it's paper server rather than straight up vanilla because paper's more efficient. Minecraft says no. It did to that one.
He was also talking about a game that he wants.
Yeah, apparently
watch
I've already
someone.
got it.
Have you already got it? I was going to say, because I don't know who would be the best person, but I imagine possibly you, John, for playing something on
Maybe
stream.
it's the first thing that would happen when two scientists misinterpret a memo from the US government and create sentient corn. And the last sentence is pretty much the least ridiculous thing about the game.
This is why we weren't supposed to look it up.
It saves him
Yeah, you
from
had
it.
one job, John, not to look it up. Now you have.
Yeah, jeez oh.
But there you go. Look, John.
Bob,
has
you
it,
can close
so
us down. I'm not hosting, man. I don't give a shit.
Maybe
I mean, I
that-
could, but I'm
someone
actually
could think
curious to find out more about Maze.
More
And
about
we've
what it's
technically
like.
still got 10 minutes.
No, we're meant to finish at
Well.
11. We're 5 minutes over.
Yeah, usually.
Oh, are we?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
in that case, bye.
Wait, are we actually leaving?
No,
Alright.
no,
I don't think that
he's
counts.
just quite.
He's leaving.
Yeah.
Explore an abandoned farm,
He's
not so
hiding.
abandoned underground research facilities. You uncover the mysteries about Maze and possibly learn a bit about yourself along the way, or maybe not. With a colourful cast of characters in an absolutely absurd world, Maze offers up a unique experience that keeps the surprises coming. Seriously, they're everywhere. Immerse yourself and explore Maze's fully realised environment, featuring a cornucopia of areas to
Cornucopia.
explore. See what
Love
we
it.
did there. Solving environmental puzzles that get more and more absurd the further you delve into the adventure, and cover the secret of Maze's world as you try to figure out what the corn really want, aside from a very good nap. Meet some friends and enemies along the way, which include a very small grumpy Russian robot bear and an unhinged cornstalk who's a bit of a jerk.
I don't what did you say?
A bit of a jerk. How is this 10 gig? Alright, you piqued my
HD game.
curiosity. I shall come back in 2 weeks with my report.
No,
Fair.
he wants to watch
Uh-oh.
you play it. He wants to watch you play it.
I'm not. I need to install it first.
And buy it.
But
No, I've already got it.
when you install
Do
it.
this
okay.
at YouTube.
Yeah, John already owns it. But yeah,
I tell you what. Okay, right.
Nick.
Me and Chizzy will play this on Sunday for an hour. We will do 2 episodes of this, and I will
There you
at
go.
you on Discord when they are ready.
There you go, T-Nick.
That is the best I can do for you right now.
They'll be on. So
Fair.
what? They'll be on YouTube.
Yep.
Awesome.
There you go. Right, Bob.
So
Close us down.
I think it's time to shut down. So before you go, Matt, do you have anything to say to the audience?
I do not this week. No. Besides the fact that No Man's Sky Beyond is out, and y'all should check it out if you haven't already.
Cool.
I may pick it up on PSN because I have the VR on that, so I might just get it.
Yeah,
since
there's VR on
it's-
it now, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's cheap.
Cool. John, have you got anything to say this week?
I'm going to do what everybody else does and just go, nah.
Uh,
No, I do.
Nelly?
We're back.
Ah.
We're back recording this
Why
Sunday.
say that?
Because I'm sarcastic, and I'm not hosting, so I don't have to be in control of this. We're back recording this Sunday. There'll be new episodes up on Tuesday. We are not continuing Judgment for now because we lost 3.5 hours footage because the audio wasn't recording from the game.
Yeah.
So we're going to put that on hold for about a month or two until I've forgotten about it because I'm the one playing it and it's really pissed me off. So, but we have a save just before we recorded, so we set a separate save so we can go back once it's a bit less fresh and re-record it all. We're doing that. We're doing Control when it comes out. We're doing Astral Chain. We're basically fitting in some other games we wanted to play because Judgment is going to take us forever. We've recorded up to 24 episodes and we hadn't finished the first chapter of the game.
Oh no.
So
Wow.
it's a big
It's a
one.
long game.
So yeah, we're gonna pause that. Mark of the Ninja is taking its place. So we're doing Transformers, Mark of the Ninja, Transformers, and that'll be
Maze.
finished pretty soon. And we'll do an hour of Maze. So yeah, that's me.
Cool.
Bye. Bye.
Nelly, now it's your turn.
I mean, I never really have too much to say. But bye. I
Fair.
hope everyone has a nice week or two because we're bi-weekly.
Fair enough. I'll round out with my one. So I'm going to give a quick shameless plug about my videos. Part of the Misadventure channel, doing my mindless meanders in Minecraft. Number 7 is out. Or no. Number 6 is out, which is the 7th episodes.
You're
Because
confusing
you-
yourself now. Can I just go and
know.
rename them from 1 to 7?
No.
No.
What's gonna happen when you get to like 400? You go like, this is episode 400 and something. You're just gonna start.
yeah.
400 and something.
Yeah. I'll just start
Yeah.
using something as a numeric system.
This is
sounds about good.
this is
I mean, we've
something
done that for the
3000.
We've done
Yeah.
that for the podcast, haven't we?
It's
So,
just there's not even a number for the podcast now. The title every week is just the Misadventure Cast.
yeah.
We kind of we kind of gave up on the
The
number.
number was lost in
But-
time.
Anyway, that's me. So that was my shameless plug. That's us.
I'm gonna do that
Yeah,
douchey
I'll leave it.
YouTube thing because I need to, which is
Oh, you're gonna ask for likes. And
I have to, buddy. Like this is the
Comment.
problem. I never wanted to be that guy,
Subs.
but we need to get the. I know you want your stuff watched as well. We've got to do it.
Right, where's
So
the...
if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Fire a link on the video, it'll get more people to watch it, and that's kind of important to us. You can't really comment on thingy, so
Okay.
You can comment when we post it.
you can comment on the video once it's up as a VOD, which will be soon. But yeah, just give us all the love that you can. Share us out whenever we're live. I much appreciate it because
Very
the
much
more
appreciate it.
more it happens, the more it feeds into the Let's Plays and some other stuff that me and just
Mhm.
want to do in the future, and Bob's Minecraft stuff as well. So, yeah, just do all that stuff. I hate being the guy that has to do that, but I have to do it. And it's really annoying because you always say, I'm not going to be the one that's like, comment, and subscribe. Or you want to do it in a really sarcastic way, but
Yeah.
you just can't. You just like us, please.
Please.
Like us. We won't put effort in, but like us.
That's it from me. That's it. I'm done.
I'm done.
Well, Have a good night, everyone. Hope you all have a lovely day.
See
We'll
you
catch you all
in
later.
the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
End the stream.